Well, hello everybody. Gonna do a little shooting today. It's gonna bring you guys along. So it's mid-September right now. Hunting season's upon us. My son and I have not done any shooting with our big game rifles all summer. We normally try not to do that. We want to do a little bit of shooting throughout the year, but he's building a house. I'll have to do an updated video on that. He's coming right along on that. Hopefully that'll be done in the next couple months. But we got a hunt coming up, so we're just gonna do some zero check on our rifles, and I'm gonna do some chronograph with them today. So you guys have seen this rifle before, Winchester Model 70 264. Just a little recap on this rifle. The history behind it is I got this gun for graduation, brand new in 1988. I gave it to my son for his graduation. So this rifle belongs to my son now. It's the push feed, not the control feed. You know, there's a lot of Winchester Model 70 affection arrows that say this is the lesser of the gun, but you know what? We've had great luck with this rifle, and honestly, I've got a ton of affection for this gun. I really do. It's just a sweet spot in my heart. It just, nothing brings me more joy than to see him using this rifle. He's taken several deer with it. He's had great luck with it. He also has an affection for this rifle. Almost to the point of a fault, in the sense that he's, you know, I'm sure he's thinking pass it on to the next generation, but he doesn't want to hurt it. Doesn't want to take it out hunting, get scratches and dings in it, which is fine. That just tickles me pink. But I truly love this gun. I do. I hope someday I see a grandson packing this rifle in the mountains. But so let's just talk about it a minute. You know, it's blued with wood stock, 24-inch barrel. So a lot of controversy over the 264s when they first come out that they didn't behave themselves with anything shorter than a 26-inch barrel. We're gonna chronograph both these guns today. I've chronographed my other one, but I have not chronographed this 24-inch barrel. So we're gonna do that today. We'll show you guys the results. Interesting thing about this gun, you know, wood stock, blued plain Jane barrel, I'd say. You know, a typical crown on it, nothing too fancy. This gun weighs about 10.5 pounds. It's got a Nikon FX 1000 scope on it. I don't believe they make this scope anymore, but we've had great luck with these scopes. We really like them. You know, it's you can see it's a big old scope. You know, weighs in, like I say, close to 10.5 pounds. So I'll show you the other rifle we're going to shoot today. Also Winchester Model 70. When Carson got that gun for graduation, you know, I moped around for a couple years because I didn't have a 264. I finally just broke down and bought it. This is not an entry-level gun. It's not a cheap gun. But this is a fine rifle. A stainless barrel, synthetic stock, 26-inch barrel, and it's, of course you can see it's stainless, but it's also fluted. It's got a recessed crown on it. This is a fine rifle by anybody's standards. I just love the heck out of this gun. Very interesting thing about it, this gun weighs almost a pound less than the wood stock rifle. I think the barrel profile is maybe a little bit slimmer. Then they put the flutes in it. That takes a little bit off. I think the synthetic stock maybe has a little less weight to it. You shave it out a couple ounces here, a couple ounces there, pretty soon you got almost a pound in weight difference. So very interesting. 26-inch barrel, but weighs less. So exact same scope, FX 1000 on it. I've actually shot this setup at 1000. Been several years ago when I first got this set up, and I chronographed this gun with this exact load I'm shooting today. Reloader 22 powder. I'll show you the ammo here in a second, but it was shooting 30-50, and at 1,000 yards I needed 22 MOA. Well, this has more than that in just the reticle. So it was really neat to be able to just hold over to 1,000. And of course, I'm not out winning matches by any stretch, but practical shooting, I was shooting about an 8 or 9 inch group at 1,000 just by the holdover in the reticle. So that was pretty neat. So anyway, we're gonna shoot this one first. I'm pretty sure I know what this was gonna do. It should be about 3,050, somewhere in that neighborhood. So this is the ammo we're shooting today. Nosler Accubon 140 grain bullet, a premium hunting bullet by anybody's standards. I don't know if anyone could argue the quality of a hunting bullet of this Nosler. Using Reloader 22 powder, which isn't the newest, latest, and greatest, but at the time of this load development, I run onto a little shop here in Price that had 5 pounds of this available. A good friend of mine was talking about it. He goes, well, I got a half a pound. I don't use anymore. I'll let you take it. Well, for whatever reason, both of these Winchester rifles like this load. And you guys know that to develop one load for two different rifles sometimes can be a trick. And we've run into that a little bit with these guns, but we hit the sweet spot with this. Both these guns have shot these really well in the past. So we're gonna take a minute. We're just gonna shoot a couple rounds off the chronograph, and we'll see what they're doing, and then we're just checking for zero. We're not gonna shoot a bunch of groups today. We're just gonna check for zero on both guns. I really hope they're both right where we want them. Okay, so we're gonna shoot 2 rounds through the 26-inch barrel 264 and see what we're velocity's at. I'm hoping, I think I know what I'm talking about, 30-50, what we're hoping for. Here we go. That one's reading 30-65. Okay, so that one was reading 30-75. I was hoping for 30-50, I'll take it. Okay, so this one's the 24-inch barrel. We'll see what it reads. Okay, that one said 28-25. Interesting, about 250 feet difference. We'll shoot one more. .2882. All right, well, they're certainly reading pretty consistent, both of them, about 200 feet difference. Very interesting. So anyway, it is what it is. Both guns shoot this load very well. I got a target set up there. We're gonna just shoot a 3-shot group. If both the guns are hitting zero the way they should, we're gonna call it a night. Okay, well, we got the the woodstock gun set up here. We're gonna take 3 shots with it and see how it does. We're gonna run it and have a look at that target, but I can see through the scope that I pulled that second shot pretty rough, but we'll go up and have a look. Alrighty, well, this was the first shot, this was the second, and that was the third. So you guys can see the second and third are almost touching each other. Is there a problem with the gun or the load? Or is it a problem with the loose nut behind the trigger? Pretty sure we know what the answer to that question is, don't we? So, that group with the tape measure is 1.25 inches, something like that. We're gonna go ahead and mark these. I'm not gonna shoot anymore, but well, that is what I call frustration and satisfaction all at the same time. Those two holes touching each other. I've spent a lot of time with this woodstock gun and this load during the development stages. This has been several years ago before I started the YouTube channel. That woodstock will shoot that load fantastic. We've shot sub half MOA groups with that. It's the loose nut behind the trigger on that second shot. I feel 100% confident that gun is ready to go to the mountain for a hunt. The whole point of this exercise tonight is just checking 4-0 for the upcoming hunt. So I'm gonna say the woodstock gun is really good to go. So now we're gonna take 3 shots with the stainless gun and see how it looks. Okay, we're gonna walk up there and have a look at it. I'll tell you right now, that's not the best group I've shot with this gun. I think it's just fine, but we'll go have a look at it. Okay, not a terrible group by any means. Here's the stainless gun. 1, 2, barely see that in the black, but there's 3 right there. We'll throw the tape measure on it. Hopefully you guys can see that, but that's about right at 1 inch. very much satisfactory, I would say. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap the video up for tonight. You know, it's interesting. I remember the days of shooting 1-inch groups, and boy, you thought you was John Wayne. And in today's world, I mean, with me and my son shooting together, our goal is 1/2-inch groups. Both these guns have shot sub 1-inch groups consistently. I mean, I haven't shot those guns since probably a year ago. Takes a minute to kind of get the feel of all the guns are a little bit different. Am I a little disappointed in the groups tonight? Yeah, maybe slightly. Both satisfactory, both guns are good to go for hunting. So anyway, we're gonna wrap it up tonight. I was gonna do a little side note here. Hopefully you guys are interested, but you know, we live in the deserts of eastern Utah, and my father-in-law calls it, we farm between the washes. And you guys have seen some of my farming videos, hopefully. And I run a little 50-acre hay operation here with some cows and calves, but we've had a phenomenal year of rain. So if you look in the background, I've got more stinking hay stacked up. Every flat spot on this whole place feels like it's got a stack of hay on it. Just can't say nothing but being grateful right now. You know, it cycles. We go through this. You know, you guys are old enough to remember in the 80s, we had all kinds of record-breaking rain and all kinds of crazy weather, and we're just going through another cycle. But I'll tell you what, it's sure nice to have plenty of water. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe if you haven't. Want to thank everybody that has done recently. We've had a pretty good growth in the channel. So anyway, please hit the thumbs up if you like it. Have a good night.